here's the question. What
Okay.
if you were going on Jeopardy?
Mhm.
What's the number one thing you'd want to see pop up as like a category where you were like, got it?
Pop culture.
Wow, that's like one of my last
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. What would
I feel like
yours
pop
be?
culture would be up there for me too. Is that knowledge of like
Like what's happening today? Who's in famous?
is it like, is there a slant to yours? Like, is it entertainment focused or is it,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And I would say primarily between 2000 and 2015, I probably knew a lot more than I do now.
Yeah, I think I know so little about pop culture that when you said like, is it lean entertainment? In my head, like pop culture is only entertainment. Like I just don't even know like
Well, it
what
could
else
be.
it would be.
Yeah. Yeah. What would yours be? What would your number one be?
Poker is a good one for sure. Maybe like if it was like New York City nightlife between 2000 and 2015.
Yeah, can we be that specific?
Like,
Yeah.
I would fucking nail it. Maybe Kasim G dating history I'd be good at.
Oh,
I know a lot about Kasim's dating life because we talk on the on the phone now.
Like
Like
we
every
gab like a couple gals.
what the fuck? I really, I tried. That's the whole thing of Marco Polo is like the three of us can all talk together and you wouldn't get down with it. And now you
She's
have
still
this
pumping
whole
this Marco
like,
Polo
serious.
thing.
Well, give me another app and I'll sign up for it.
You know, when we do ads on this show, we split it 3-way. So like if you're doing ads for Marco Polo and you're not
Just
giving
tell us and we'll tell. It's
I'm
okay
not
to bring them
doing an
as a
ad.
sponsor.
Whatever app, someone
Okay.
give me an app that involves me in your friendship. I feel very left out.
How about the iPhone where we have a group chat?
iMessage.
Yeah, but you're talking on the phone. That's different.
That, you know what? That's on me because I reflexively call Rob on my drive home from work, and we should be merging that call with you. And I promise to do better on that.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it.
Because
there's definitely things that you're talking to him about that you just don't want to talk to me about. And I get
no,
it.
that's not true. I honestly, there is no delineation between what I say to him and what I would say to you. I have no problem saying the things I say to him, say to you.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Well, I know you, Rob.
Oh,
Well, I know
shit.
Rob would tell me
You said
everything.
you're suspect, son.
I want to welcome a new sponsor to the Pajama Pants fam. That's Green Chef, right? This is great. And if the other two were here right now, they would agree. They would hard agree. Green Chef has a meal plan for every lifestyle. So if you're keto or if you're paleo or you're plant-based, or if you just want like a healthy, balanced meal, Green Chef is a meal kit for you. Okay, now here's what I like. It's the first USDA certified organic meal kit. So that means you can enjoy hand-picked organic veggies and premium proteins without having to worry where they came from. Okay, I really like that. But also, if you're eco-conscious, Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit, offsetting 100% of their plastic use and 100% of their carbon footprint emissions. For me, I'm very excited about getting my Green Chef kit because the part I hate about cooking my own food is the shopping. Now, if I get all this stuff and everything's pre-portioned and I don't have to worry about the packaging and all the plastics, I'm just free to kind of cook. And also, if you guys are working all day and you get home, it's nice to just have everything there and ready to go. And if you have families, you know what you're cooking is healthy for you and your whole entire family. So I want to thank Green Chef for coming aboard. You guys support the people that support the show. It's important. Go to greenchef.com/pajama100 and use code pajama100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. So go to greenchef.com/pajama100, use code pajama100, get $100 off, including free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Thanks, Green Chef, for coming aboard. And now back to the pod. You calling me a snake in the grass, Jamie?
Speaking of beef with Kasim, did you see our last YouTube video? Gabby titled it Kasim's Replacement and put a picture of your girlfriend, that kind of felt like shots fired to me. That kind of felt like beef.
Oh, really? I just thought it was smart marketing, put a girl in the thumbnail.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to start something here.
No, me and Gabby we're deep. She's listening to this right now and I get her. She gets me.
Because I was thinking maybe Gabby's that like it's crazy to me that there's still people who are like Kasim sucks. And really, I think though that's just Gabby creating multiple accounts and saying that because I don't think any of our fans actually feel that way.
See, I don't think Gabby has the time. I think she's really in demand. I know a couple of people personally that have hired her. And I just don't think she's got the time to do that, Gabby.
You
I got your
fucking
back.
life, Gabby.
Gabby, you used to have a huge crush on us, and now it's like you've moved on, and we're like barely a blip on your radar screen.
Yeah, if Gabby was playing
So
Jeopardy,
sensitive.
her number one category to see would be us, because she just watches us for an hour and a half every week,
Poor girl.
or more than that, because she has to edit it. So what? Okay, Cass, go ahead. What's your? While I take my hoodie off, what is your
I'd probably
Jeopardy?
if there was like a category that was like paranormal,
Yes,
cryptids,
obviously.
that would be.
UFOs.
I'd like to say comic books, but honestly, there's a lot of comic book knowledge that's in my blind spot, like, and like there's some real comic book guys at work, and sometimes they just, if you just so much. If you,
Go on,
Oh, wow. I want one.
go on, babe. Why'd you stop talking?
You're
Why'd you
so cute.
why'd you stop talking?
you've been hiding this. I've been hanging out with you for an hour and a half so far.
Why'd you stop talking? Go on.
Oh.
If you're listening to this pod right now, Robert took his hoodie off, and underneath is a black t-shirt with an image of me from my Instagram. It's a picture of me that says the Culver City Heartthrob.
And what does it say on the back, babe?
You'll have his babies.
Oh, I want that shirt. Can
That's
I have
so
one too?
nice.
Come on, that's
You only made one of those?
I only had time to make one. Boom. Wasn't sure how people would feel about it,
Love it.
It's a nice look. Well, this is how long you been hiding this?
It just arrived today.
Oh, you must have been excited when that came in.
Yeah, that's such a great picture of you. That's like your dating. Is that your dating profile picture? Oh no, you have the sunglasses on your dating profile, right?
No, I have that in my dating profile.
That's one of them?
That's one of them.
The Culver City Heartthrob, baby.
There he is in the
it
flesh.
even says the Culver City Heartthrob.
You'll have his babies.
No. You guys, I was
That's hilarious. What a fun moment for the pod. Check us out
It
on
is.
YouTube if you're just listening. It's you're missing it.
When I was flying to Albuquerque the other day, and I landed, I actually started listening to our latest podcast. And I don't know if you know this about me. This has been me forever. So this has nothing to do with MS and my body, whatever. When I laugh hysterically, my body freezes. Like I can't walk. I can't move. Most of the times I crumble to the ground.
You hear that, rapists? All you got to do is just make her
Literally,
laugh.
all you have to do is make me laugh hysterically, and I'm
Oh, I wish I
done.
could shout out a name right now. Let's go with
Done
Cosby.
cake.
Everybody hates him. Cosby.
Cosby.
He doesn't make me laugh.
Cosby
that
would
hard.
get you so hard.
No,
Mhm.
he would not. Conan O'Brien could freeze me in my tracks.
Yeah, but Cosby would actually rape you.
Allegedly. No,
Yeah, but he
no,
wouldn't.
was
He wouldn't
guilty?
make me laugh prior, so I would be out of there. Anyway, so I was listening to our podcast, and it took me 40 minutes to walk from the gate to getting outside to my Uber because I kept having to stop because I was laughing so hard.
Well,
It
which
was when we
part?
were
Let's be specific.
when you guys were asking me for the porn name things. I mean, is this kind of probably obnoxious to be like I was laughing so hard at us, but I was, and it took
No,
me
that's nice.
I couldn't get through it.
What was
we're
the
funny,
porn name
guys.
bit? I don't even remember.
Remember when you were asking me, he was giving me initials and asking me what I thought they were.
Oh yeah,
like
okay, yeah.
JOI, and she was like,
Yeah.
jizz on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jizz on it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a great moment.
Well, because sometimes when I listen, some episodes I listen back or watch it back, and some I don't. And when I watch it, I feel like there's times where I'm like, I don't remember
Yes.
like the whole, because you're like in it, you're trying to do like, it's like, not that like, oh, we're performing, but like there's something
Yeah.
to it where sometimes, or even like if you have an hour-long conversation with your friend at a restaurant, you might be like, oh, I forgot that we even like had that
Mhm.
5-minute talk or whatever. But yeah, sometimes like when I used to watch it and send you the video clips of you, they're so funny.
Yeah. I used to love when you did that.
Should we do some early emails? Because we got some emails about
Our emails are popping. If you want to send us an email and have
Wow.
a chance at having it read on the show, it's askpajamapants@gmail.com. Now, as you know, if you've been following this saga, we have Phil from Long Island who emails us twice to 3 times every day or every show week. And he got us again this week, but this time, and I wanted to wait until you were on, but it's a recent pic with my daughter. and it says, "Sorry, Rob, she's engaged." But I didn't show anyone the picture yet. And Jamie, I sent it to you. I forwarded it to you if you want to pull it up, and we can both look at a recent pic.
Oh, okay. Got it. Don't look at photo until we are on pod titled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cassim wouldn't let me look at the picture until we're on the pod. So she's either really gross or really...
No, I haven't looked. I also haven't looked at it.
Oh, that's great. Oh, okay.
Oh, she's gorgeous. She's tall.
Okay. Well, Jamie won. Okay.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, wow. She is pretty.
So pretty.
Phil, we might be reading your emails.
Phil.
Phil, do we get a chance to read Philip? Has he paid his toll? Let me bring this over.
What is Phil stand? He looks like he's like at the end of the run of a runway.
Are they 8 feet tall? Are they very tall?
No, I think it's
tall.
Just it's tilted up.
Yeah, her
like
legs
from the
look
camera.
long, and so does he. So do his.
I'm gonna have to email Phil back and see if it's okay if we can use this in the pod. Because I imagine people are really wondering.
That looks like a Long Island parking lot.
Why? Because it's cracked asphalt.
Yeah, because it's cracked and there's phone wires everywhere, and like even just like the top of that building, it's just very Long Island.
There's a cheesecake factory under there.
Strip mall. Yeah, it's straight up strip mall. Yep. And those look like Long Island cars. I don't know. I look at it and I feel like I'm home.
She's engaged, bro. Don't tempt me, Phil. Yeah, zoom in. Let's see.
I don't know.
Doesn't she look a little bit like Whitney, Rob, my sister-in-law?
Oh yeah, a little bit, dude. Can you believe like Cassim computer guy worked for G4? He's like, I don't think I can zoom in on this photo in an email. Oh my god, dude!
It's on a PC, and I don't know how. I'm an Apple guy. I'm zoomed in.
By the way, she's got
glass. You can't even tell she has glasses until you zoom in.
On the bottom, there's a giant plus sign with a magnifying glass. I think that might be it. G4.
What a bully you are, dude.
I mean, Jesus.
Weren't we just talking about you in therapy on the way here?
Yeah, I've changed.
None of it is taken.
You're going to therapy?
No.
Come on. Does it sound like a guy that went to therapy?
No, I was talking about stuff that my therapist told me back in the day and what I did to like when they told me that, and then he was like, "Oh, someone you're talking to now," and I was like, "No, he likes to like really stick."
I honestly thought
not do.
I didn't do that on purpose. I thought maybe that you were talking to somebody now. I don't know.
No,
like I just said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but Jamie does it out of that's her heart.
That's her heart.
Yeah, you're evil.
Do you think it'd be okay if we read an email from Phil? Because he sent us a photo of his brood. You're gonna catch a lot of booze right now, but go ahead. All right, this one's from Phil, guys. It's been a while since we heard from Phil. I've kept him at bay for weeks, guys. Sometimes you got to give the evil Cassim what he wants, And don't worry, we're gonna read a lot of other emails. We're gonna read almost all of them today. No, we're not.
Oh.
But go ahead.
Hello, dear friends. Hope you're all well. Rob, sorry about your thumb accident. See.
Thanks.
How's it feeling, by the way? Oh,
don't do that. That's gross. That's gross.
Well, I'm showing it to you.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was.
It's fucked up.
Really letting it eat.
And this part was actually like over more, but it started to bubble up. Yeah, I don't know if you could see, but anyway, sorry. That's not good pod stuff. I had a similar incident in my younger days. Certainly not fun. Jamie, you've been in a hotel with full weeks away from the kids. This must be like a vacation for you, huh? LOL.
Not full weeks, travel back and forth twice a week. Just
you go home on the weekends. Just after watching the last pod, I was sad to learn of Norm Macdonald's passing. Rest in peace, Norm. He had a unique humor style. Cass, I saw a YouTube of him with Jeff Ross from years back, and lo and behold, you were in it too. It was fun to see how you looked back then. And one of the guys cracked that you look like Orville Redenbacher's cousin. It gave me a chuckle. Rest in peace, Norm. Cass, it was so nice seeing you with your new paramour, Sarah. My first impressions of her were that she's lovely, nice fashion style, sweet smile, fun personality, and I liked her speaking manner. I could picture her doing stand-up. So Cass, I'm really happy for you. I get a sense that you two are a good match. Thanks, Phil. It's really nice of you to say. Also, Kazzy, I thought you were so funny reading the restaurant reviews on Yelp. And when you read Rob's eulogy, so well done and entertaining. Did you read that or was it off the cuff? It was off the cuff, Phil.
Imagine we prepared.
Yeah, it was all improv. Finally, Rob, could I ask you a quick Sopranos question? Here we go. Number one non-Sopranos podcast. I thought the scene of you trying to drown in the pool was amazing, especially with JG jumping in the pool in his suit. If you talk about the shooting of the scene, I would love to hear. Love and best wishes always. Your number one fan, Phil. Thank you, Phil. And it's always a pleasure to read your emails, sir.
So, can I ask
yeah.
a question?
Please.
That just made me think of something? What did Sarah say about us after? What did she say about Rob and I?
She loves you guys.
Oh, come on, be more specific.
I didn't ask her like, hey, what'd you think of Jamie and Rob? I assume everyone that meets you guys
aren't we more that important to you?
We're not.
What's going on? Am I even your friend?
Yeah, is she even your friend, Cass?
Is this Jamie, just for show?
Jamie,
is this just for your paycheck from Manscaped? What's happening?
Jamie, listen, sometimes like, you know, when I show up in the car and Cassim seems bummed down, I'm like, what happened? He's like, I still can't believe she left us. He says that.
Yeah, maybe this is all subconscious, like me getting back at you for leaving right when our friendship was like about to hit
right.
We were
getting really close.
I like to think we were really close. And we were about to go into the stratosphere with this friendship.
Bo actually asked me the other day, what happened to you guys? I was like, we moved.
It's sad. The whole thing is sad.
Yeah.
And I did try and coordinate a last minute trip to Austin. So we would love, I would love for us to really get one down in the book so we can go get some great vlog footage. You're going to be able to fly with that thumb?
I'll go tomorrow, but you got a work schedule. You'd go
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I gave you a week's notice last time. You said that's too little notice.
Well, that's because I had a bunch of stuff to do for this wedding. Tough guy.
I'm a tough guy.
Yeah. I didn't just say like, I don't want to go to Austin. I said, I got to go to this wedding and I had to get a tuxedo. I had to get it fitted. I had to get it dry. I had to get it tailored.
Are you all done now?
Shit. Yeah, I just got it yesterday.
And when do you leave?
I was supposed to leave Thursday, but now I'm leaving on Friday.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Going to Aspen for the weekend.
Some real white guy shit going to Aspen.
I've never been there, but I'm more so excited
so
to
nice,
see
Rob.
a bunch of my friends that I haven't seen since like before COVID. So that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
More than I am. I don't care about going.
I don't know what the weather is like right now there, but
it's like 78 degrees and sunny.
It's going to be great. The girls there are insane.
What?
In
really?
Aspen, the people that go, because it's all people that go to vacation. It's all rich white people. And rich white people, they got that good DNA and they create good DNA.
One of the hardest things for me product wise to navigate is skin products, right? There's so many on the market, hundreds of options, marketing claims, people promise things. You're spending hundreds of dollars on the latest miracle products, but you don't even know what it does. It always really overwhelms me. And I'm really excited about a skin solution that we have found.
Yeah. The company's called Apostrophe, right? So this is how it works. This is what I did anyways. I went online, I took photos of my face and I uploaded them. And within an hour, I got a dermatologist that replied back and said, hey, Cass, you're a great looking guy. She didn't say that, but she said, here's some stuff I recommend for your face. So she gave me a nighttime thing to put on before bed. And then she gave me a daily moisturizer with sunscreen.
And this is prescription skincare.
This is prescription.
This isn't like where you can buy anywhere. This is prescription skincare from a dermatologist. This is, what we all want. That's the good stuff, right?
Yeah. This takes all the guesswork out of it. And now I have exactly what I need. And this stuff not only helps with like wrinkles and like I had acne as a kid and I had Accutane, but I still have acne scars. And this stuff helps reduce the acne scars while also giving me like a daily protection from the sun. And like, that's all I need. They made it really simple and easy and I didn't have to go anywhere to do it.
Yeah.
So again, you guys, it's prescription skincare and they connect you with a board certified dermatologist who creates a personalized treatment plan perfectly tailored for your skin. You just simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin goals and medical history, snap a few selfies, and Apostrophe can treat acne, wrinkles. That's what I got. I got wrinkle cream, even dark spots, reducing redness, any of your skincare goals they can help treat.
Yeah, we have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist. Apostrophe.com/pajama. When you use our code pajama, the code is only available to our listeners.
To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/pajama and click begin visit. Then use our code pajama at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/pajama and use the code pajama to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast.
You guys, we've got a snack food that's Rob approved. He lets us eat it. He will even eat it. Because growing up, cereal is one of the best parts about being a kid, right? A great bowl of cereal, but we all want to feel like we need to give it up because they're full of sugar and junk that we shouldn't really be eating. We're trying to cut down on the carbs and the sugar like Rob and unhealthy food, but basically that means we can't eat anything anymore. Well, not anymore because we've got Magic Spoon with 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. So that's only 140 calories in a serving. It's keto friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low carb. There's a variety pack of such good flavors. I personally love the cocoa. There's fruity, frosted, peanut butter. What are you guys into?
I just had a bowl of the frosted today. It's very good. We have the cocoa here. Here's what I like about it. It has so much protein in it that I have it after a workout. So sometimes you should be eating right after a workout if you don't have a shake candy or if you want just something tasty to have. This tastes great. Honestly, it tastes way better than it should considering it has all the good stuff in it. And yes, regular cereals are filled with sugar and it's a terrible way to start your day with all that sugar. So why not try a better, healthier option and one that supports a podcast that you guys listen to and love?
And people usually associate cereal with the morning, where for me, it's like, I love eating bowls of cereal at night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. And now there's not all that junk and the sugar and stuff that's going to.
The guilt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
So
and it tastes just like our favorite cereals when we were kids, but it's actually super nutritious.
Yep.
So go to magicspoon.com/pajama to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code pajama at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked.
Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/pajama and use the code pajama to save $5 off. You know.
You know what I watched? I watched the Val Kilmer documentary.
Oh, I'd love to talk about it with you.
Have you seen it, Rob?
No.
Oh, Rob, you'd love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
First thing I thought about was
Maybe
like,
we should wait
Jamie
for you to
would
watch
really
it to talk
appreciate.
about it. You did text me that.
I thought of you when I saw it. I'm like, you would get it because there's like, this guy's a real artist and he's, the artist comes up against the business, the show business. And it's like always a battle and a conflict. And like, also just, he happened to film everything. He
His
was
whole
always
fucking
filming.
life.
Yeah.
It really broke my heart where he was saying, so he goes, he's battled throat cancer and he has to like put his finger here to be able to speak. And
yeah, it's hard to listen to.
Wow.
It is, but he still is creating art. And up until he got the cancer, he was like supposedly creating like the opportunity of his life, like the role of his life.
Mark
Twain.
Yeah.
It's like a one-man show. He wrote the script for 10 years. And prior to that, to raise money to do this, he would go to like these conventions and sign autographs.
Like Comic-Cons and shit.
Yeah. Or go to like a screening of Wyatt Earp and like sign in Texas. I think he was in Austin and like signing autographs for people. And, it was sad because he was very honest. And he said, to many actors, like, this is humiliating what I'm doing. Like I'm trying to relive my old career to keep some sort of relevancy or to make money. But, then he was beautiful. He kind of shifted and he's like, but at the same time, like, this means something to people. Like what I did meant something to people. And that I appreciate that. And he's just a really lovely human. And it gives you really also too, like, they touch on the fact that he was, notoriously so difficult and all of these things, but you really get his perspective on it and his side of it. And you get it, he just cared so fucking much about making art. And so much of it was fueled by the death of his brother when he was young. It's just,
oh yeah. I mean, his brother looked to be as talented, if not more so.
Yes.
And losing your brother when you're 15, 16, when you guys are like attached at the hip and then having to go. Did he go?
He was at Juilliard.
Yeah.
It was like the first week he got there, he got the phone call.
A really great documentary and just a great, just a lot of behind the scenes, like the footage that he got when he was on set on the Isle of Dr. Moreau with Marlon Brando. And like,
oh my
just
God.
how fucked that movie has a reputation for just being so fucked. And then, but this is from a whole other angles, from the angle of the actors.
Yeah.
And, he leaves the camera on recording while he's like getting into some sort of heated argument with the director, Richard Stanley.
Yeah. He's like, I'm leaving this on because I don't feel safe or whatever. It's dope.
Also,
it's
like
awesome.
For Batman, he goes into how iconic the role of Batman is, and how important Batman is, and his experience with it. When he put on the suit, he couldn't hear anyone, and he was so alone
or breathe,
isolated, or breathe. So he felt so detached from all the other actors. He was like on an island shooting that thing. And then it was like one of the worst experiences he's ever had shooting anything. And then he like wraps Batman that day, goes to Heat, the set of Heat, to start shooting, which is like, a crazy
De Niro and Pacino, right?
Yeah. Which then I watched Heat again, after that made me want to go watch it. His ponytail, his hair in that movie is insane.
He had great hair. How about that home video where he was cutting his hair with like a butcher knife?
Yeah.
He was just like, talking. It's so good, guys. I won't go on anymore. But thank you for telling me to watch that. I really, really liked it. Rob, I think you'd like it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you said, me and you are clearly friends, but then you're like, oh, Kasim, are we even friends? Because he doesn't think of you. But then look, he didn't think of me.
I forgot about this.
He didn't think of me there. He thought about you. He texted you and said, hey, you would like this. You know why? It's about a true artist. He made that very clear. That's how he felt. So he didn't text me about it, but
yeah,
it's okay.
Well, maybe because I love a good cry.
We only talk every day.
Right. My thought behind, and I like this instigator, Rob. I really do. I think it provides for good pod. I think the reason I didn't tell you to watch it was because I don't think you'd be interesting for you, because it deals a lot with like show business, and you're just very anti the business. And Jamie's currently working, and she's like up against it every day. You know?
She loves pop culture too.
She loves pop culture, and
I'm feeling very inspired lately too. Like this.
How's that manifesting for you? What's that look like?
So, I'm playing somebody who's able-bodied. I'm playing somebody who has to run through the woods away from people. And I'm usually I have to like cover things up or protect myself. And this is the first job I've ever had where like they're very open with the fact, because the pilot I did that I love so much, though, they were going to write that the character, I guess I never said it, but now that it's never going to come out, they were going to write that my character had MS, and it was a 3-decade journey. And I was going to go through the whole journey of being diagnosed with MS, living with MS, thriving with MS, all of that with this show, which is why it meant so much to me. But with this show, I'm not playing a character with MS, anything. And they made it very clear that they hired me for my skill and not my body, and we would figure it out. And there's this scene where I'm running through the woods, and they built this rig for me where basically I'm sitting on the back of a mule, and the camera is then rigged right up in front of me, and the actor who chases me is on the road behind me, and they just start driving, and I just start moving my body like I'm running and screaming and crying. And I'll send you guys some pictures, but it fucking looks like I'm running.
Really?
And it's amazing.
The way you're describing it's like that won't look right.
I'm going to pull up one picture to show you. It's so crazy, but it's at first when they did it for me, the director was so excited. Her name is Tasha Smith. She's so dope. And she was so excited to show me this. And I got really emotional because on one hand, I was super appreciative that they were doing this for me. But I think on the other hand, then I'm like, that's moments like that where it feels like it's blaringly like Jamie can't do this. It just felt extra. And my personality. I never want to be a burden. I want to be easy. I want to show up, do my thing and leave. And so this feels so extra to me. It makes me like really uncomfortable.
And also the last time you ran was the last scene of Sopranos.
Literally the last time. So I don't know if you can really tell in here.
Jamie's Val Kilmer documentary moment right here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very cool.
But it was,
That's
and it,
great.
and so I have a double. And she does everything that is kind of difficult for me, even if it's like the girl walks across a room quickly, like they'll just have her do it. And, normally that will be really hard for me to turn over the reins, but I'm feeling so good about what I'm doing as an actress that it's just making me realize and feel like,
we're looking at the photos here.
It's really great. I'm really happy.
Oh no, this looks scary.
Oh yeah.
There is a guy coming for you.
So it looks like it, right?
Yeah. Looks like Jamie-Lynn has the Air Jordan symbol on her head.
Yeah.
With my hair.
When's this come out?
So my first episode will air October 7th.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll be on it from then on. I don't know how many I'm doing.
Again?
ABC. Thursday nights at 10 o'clock.
And it's also on Hulu. Doing a watch party then.
It's also on Hulu.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, we'll all be watching it on Twitch.
That looks great. And I'm so pumped. And so you're feeling inspired is what you're saying.
Yeah. I just really am just focusing on my acting. Great. And just knowing that they're going to
not self-conscious is what you meant. Like you're not being tied down with all the things that you think you can't do. You're just doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
And I'm only saying this mainly because I want to really give props to the producers and the directors and the people that are, and even ABC that is just making this, I think it's really great. I think they hired me. One of the women said to me, she's like, why should we not hire you? Because you can't move necessarily like somebody else. Shouldn't be a factor of why somebody shouldn't get a job. Everyone should be able to have an opportunity for a role, unless it's obviously super specific, like you're playing fucking Captain America or something. But, I think it's really cool that they gave me this chance and I'm really enjoying it.
That's great. So happy for you. And October 7th, we will be tuning in.
My name is Tanya.
You're a brown 40-year-old woman with MS and they gave you a chance.
They did.
And that's special.
Mm-hmm.
And you're ready for your next role as Pep and her step Patricia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What'd she do? What she's about? Can't wait.
Could you imagine if you tell your agent, I really can't, I can't run, I can't do that. And every role he sends you is I'm
an Olympic long jumper,
a hurdler, just all that crazy, Pep and her step Patty. And and he's like, no, just read it. It's okay. Cause that's what happens when, for people,
Rita.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, when you go on auditions and shit and you go, hey, I can't do this. Your manager and agent is just like, yeah, just go and
every time.
You're like, hey, but
you juggle, you ride a unicycle, you do it all.
But then it's when it happens something like, I got Sopranos, and when you looked at it from the outside, it was Italian kid, this, and I was very clearly Irish with freckles, and I remember people in my family or maybe even me or I don't even know who, but being like, why would we go for this or whatever, and then you end up getting it. So they're just like, yeah, say you could fucking ride a horse. They always tell you shit just whatever they say, can you do? You just say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
So true.
I love that.
Oh wait, so I got to ask you guys something because you've well, I wouldn't say Kasim has held a mature relationship, but Jamie certainly has. And I want to know,
Instigator Rob, love this character.
Oh,
it's just a character, guys.
Jamie,
Don't get mad at him.
in the last pod, we did something that for me was one of the funniest things ever, where I was singing Journey songs while Kasim did a eulogy for me, and then finished it up by reading a Yelp review of a woman who gave a restaurant 1 star. It was one of my favorite things. I left here and I just kept thinking about it. But in my eulogy, he said, I can't hold a relationship and I have rage issues and I have all this stuff.
I don't remember that.
And I don't say a fucking peep. And then you say one little thing. He's such a California boy where like you say one little thing about him. He's like, oh yeah, here there's Rob again, like picking him. This is what we do. Well, you don't have to point it out.
Okay.
Every time.
You don't have to be pointing this out.
Victim
right now.
again. Here we go. Okay.
I'm in character right now.
Fucking.
Oh,
Who's the sensitive one?
Victim Cass.
me.
So Jamie, you maintain a very healthy relationship for a long time. And I'm watching this reality show, Married at First Sight. For me, it's as good as it gets. Like unfucking believable show.
Yeah.
It's about people who get married at first sight. Like they've never seen each other. All of a sudden walking down the aisle, they're like, there's your husband. Now you guys live together.
Are they
finances,
matched? Are they like, okay.
They're matched by like matchmakers and very like, one is like a pastor, one is a doctor. Her name is Dr. Pepper. And then another like, every time her name pops up underneath her and she's talking about something serious, I laugh. And then the other person is like a matchmaker, I think.
Okay.
And so now they have to move in together after the wedding. And the woman tells her husband, she's like, okay, I just want to let you know, like tomorrow in the morning, when my alarm goes off, don't think that I have to leave. She's like, I set 4 alarms, one every 15 minutes. And I'm just thinking like, if you're trying to start a relationship with somebody, that there's got to be some compromise there, like where you can't just go, hey, I set off 4 alarms. They're loud. They go off every 15 minutes for an hour while you're getting your sleep. And listen, 1, totally. 2, totally. Even 3 is like, I don't know. When you go to 4, to me,
fucking
like
rude.
You're just being fucking rude, right? You can't be in a relationship. And when that 4th alarm
also
goes,
too, like, don't you like kind of like put on a good face in the beginning? This is where it's clearly like, that's where it's blaring for me. Like producers were like, do this on your first morning. Oh, and this is why I have a hard time watching these because I feel like it's
really
very
react. He didn't even really react like it wasn't such a big
Cutter
deal.
just hits the snooze and doesn't stop hitting the snooze. And I get so pissed off because I'm like, you chose to wake up at 5:30 to go play golf. I didn't. Get up on your first fucking alarm.
Can I give you a fix for this?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's Computer Cast.
An Apple Watch has a vibrate alarm.
He would never sleep in a watch.
An Apple Watch.
You get used to it. I thought I wouldn't.
You can't even sleep in clothes.
Oh,
are we talking about me or Cutter?
Cutter.
Oh, because I'm the same way. I sleep in the bamboo shorts, but that's it. But I could never sleep in a watch. Not only because it's on my wrist, but also because of the Bluetooth.
Here's something that goes with that. Okay, I have a system on my bed. It's called the 8 sleep system.
Oh, here we got to be a fucking millionaire to wake up now.
This is not sponsored. This is not paid. It is a cooling and warming pad that you put on your bed. You can control the temperature on both sides of the bed, and it has a vibrate wake up system.
That wine shank is in heaven.
Does it fuck up like the feeling of the mattress though?
It changes the feeling of the mattress a little bit.
No.
But you can cool it. Like I run a little hot, so I cool my side. Sarah warms her side. You have it control it through an app. It's incredibly cool or incredibly warm or just a little bit. It learns your patterns. And when you need to get up, you can have just your side vibrate. How about that? What else do I got to sell you?
The future.
Guys, it's boner time.
Awkward.
Trademark.
It's my trademark saying, and what better opportunity to use it than with today's sponsor, which is BlueChew. Okay. Now you guys know that BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable tablet that's a fraction of the cost.
Let me just say, you guys saw last week Kasim's girlfriend. If you want a girlfriend like that,
I got a girlfriend solely based on the strength
of your BlueChew.
Of the Bluetooth. Yeah. Look, it's something I've used personally and it works. Okay. I don't need to give you all the details on how torqued I was using it, but it does work. It's prescription strength and it's available in like a very cool, discreet way. It does not come to your door in a box that says boner pills for you. It comes in a very discreet pouch in a brown bag box. So,
and it's all done online, right? So you're talking, there's no awkward conversations or walking into a doctor's office. You're just connected with a licensed medical provider. And once you're approved, you get your prescription in within days.
Yeah. You don't have to go to the pharmacist window and whisper like you sometimes have to do when you pick up your prescription. It's all at your door. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try BlueChew free when you use our promo code Pajama at checkout. Just pay $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Pajama to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast today. If you guys are in a relationship where the other person has to get up early, that I think it's on that person to wake up as quietly as possible. If I do, I am getting out of my bed so quietly. I'm tiptoeing. I don't even take a piss in the master bath. I go down to the other bathroom.
Thank you.
I do as quiet. I keep the shit. Everything's dark. And I put
Cutter
headphones
is like crinkly,
on to listen to my phone. I listen to my phone on headphones.
Wow. You're a gentleman.
That's right.
That's a good dude.
And I eat the pussy.
There you go.
How about that? Huh?
Oh, Jamie doesn't care apparently that you eat the puss.
Jamie, you don't like the fact that I eat the pussy?
It's fine.
No, it doesn't do anything for her.
No.
She doesn't care. Is it that
a Culver City Heartthrob?
Is it that a guy in general you don't care if he eats the puss or just Cassim?
You just don't want to.
You're just looking at that face.
I think it's just like it has nothing to do, obviously, with like skill or anything. It's just like
I disagree.
I've kind of gotten over it. I'm just like, sure, there's skill to it, but I don't know if it's just becomes when you get to a certain age. But I'm like, I don't know.
I think the title of this podcast is Cutter sucks at eating puss.
No, it's Jamie's over it. Jamie's over it.
I mean, listen, you started dating him when he was 21. Where is he supposed to learn, Jamie?
Wait, am I hearing this right? You're over getting oral sex?
I just don't like, it's just not, there's so many other things I would rather do.
Like watch Real Housewives?
No, in bed. Well, yeah.
Jamie, this is such a surprise. This is a surprise. I didn't think that this was going to be.
Hey, some guys would say that this is part of what makes her a 10 some days.
I doubt I'm alone. Our woman PJ Pants writers, back me up here. Writers, listeners.
Ones that have been married, you're saying, for a while.
Yeah, like at a certain point, I'm like, there's so many more like sexual positions I would rather do. Or like I lay there and I'll think like, I want to be more like interactive with him. I don't want to be laying here and doing this.
Do you know a guy that doesn't like blowjobs?
Never heard of that in my life.
Never. Does that person even exist?
And the only time is when a guy has only got like dated one girl and she doesn't give a good blowjob.
Yeah, she like bit on it and he's like traumatized.
Yeah, what's a bad blowjob? A bite?
Teeth, like not using hand and only like barely.
Got to use hand. You need friction, but it's got to be like variable. Got to be.
But again, like we always say, right? If the girl seems into it, everything is just so much better, you know?
Of course.
Surprise them too with the time.
You guys are so easy.
Be mysterious about when they come.
Look who's talking, miss. Don't eat my puss. You're easy too.
Well,
yeah, I feel like was DJ Khalid the one that said he doesn't go down on women? Mrs. Pop Culture, didn't he say this?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I think he said something like that. Everyone's like, this guy sucks. That's what they said about him.
Oh, well, everyone's just so quick to.
He just didn't have the right girl. Well, look, if you are a woman and you identify as somebody who doesn't like oral sex on them, please write in. We'd love to hear about it. We do have somebody who's Pauly in the email.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
No.
He's got more stuff.
I was going to say, I got on Val Kilmer and we went off emails.
This is what our pod is. Number one non-Sopranos podcast. We talk about anything. We read emails. Rob has Sharpie stuff that he's got to get to. There's a lot here. It looks like it's not produced. There's a lot of production.
Was there ever a time where getting oral sex was your thing where you were like, I love this?
No.
Right.
So it's just not for you.
Yeah, that might have something to do with where even in the beginning, you might have been like, hey, you know what? But then listen, that could speak to, I'm just saying, I love Cutter. But that could speak to.
It used to be a thing of like, it used to be a thing I guess kind of an ego thing when if a guy like immediately did that the first time you were hooking up or something, he was like clearly really into you, or that's what girls used to think. That's, I think, how I used to associate it. But no, it's never been a thing for me that was super important to me ever.
Okay.
And is there ever any insecurity when a guy is doing that?
Insecurity?
Yeah.
On my part?
Yeah.
Like about how she looks or like
No, anything where
no.
like some girls might be like, oh, I don't know if like, yeah, how I look down there.
smell.
Is the smell, am I clean? Am I there? Or like, even like you said, like, man, that guy's been down there for like, so I think there's a lot of girls who can't just like, I don't think a lot of guys struggle with like when you're getting a blowjob, just fucking putting your head back and enjoying it if you want. Where I think there's a lot of women who struggle with getting oral sex and just being able to be like, hey, dude, you do your thing, get me off, and I'm just going to enjoy the shit out of this. Like,
exactly. Well, that's not my personality either. So maybe that's why. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, like I said, I like to be more interactive. Like I am, I'm giving you what you want.
Unpack it.
I think especially now in my life, in the time in my life, like sex, when we find the time for each other I want it to be more interactive. I don't want to just like, I just want to be more with him.
So yeah, that makes total sense. Can you, if you were doing a list of, you were like, there's so many more positions I'd rather do. Can you just tell me what position getting eaten out comes
you took
in
us
between?
Here. No, you took us here, Jamie.
What two sexual positions sandwich getting eaten out? You know?
I don't know. I think it's down there. I think it's, no pun intended. Like, I think it's low on my list.
Okay. Can you think of a sexual position that you'd rather get eaten out than do that sexual position?
I guess if it was a position that was like, I was severely compromised and it was like painful, like, you know, when you like go to foam roll, but you hurt other parts of your body when you foam roll, like,
right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I don't do those positions. So I think oral sex is last.
You're in the first 10 pages of the Kama Sutra.
You're listening to our 10, our Jamie-Lynn talk about sex. She's a 10, guys.
And we know sometimes we take this too far and then you just want to skip and talk about something else. But I will maybe be the person that, what's your number one way to hit that orgasm? Is that penetration?
No, she said she uses the womanizer.
These are things where I have to respect my marriage. I think this is where Cutter, I feel like it would be like, no, I don't want people like picturing what we do. Do you know what I mean? This is where I draw the line.
Well, you have to draw
that line. Good for you.
I don't know much about podcasting or whatever, but I just want to say, as a podcast host, the difference between me and Cass, I think I would have got that answer because I would have just said, hey, what's your favorite? Where you have to go like, hey, how do we hit that orgasm real nicely? Like,
yes, and I like hearing that.
Yeah. And then she like coils up and you get no answer where you could have just been like, you know, hey,
so you need to manipulate her a little more
but no, you just don't be a creep. You know, you say it like,
but I'm not, she knows I'm not a creep,
but she coiled up. So you say, hey, Jamie-Lynn.
Jamie, would you have answered that question if he asked it like that?
I don't know.
Of course. What's your favorite sexual position? Yeah. She said
it just would have caught me so off guard.
She said she uses the womanizer clit sucker instead of a vibrator. Of course she would answer the question, dude. Pay attention, man. Learn a woman.
Say that on the pod?
Yeah.
Or on the Sunday.
Learn a woman.
Yeah, I'm saying take what she gives and use it instead of just like, hey, when I go get
what I will do is agree with you in the way that I asked that question was a lot of heavy breathing and it was too slow.
Hold on.
You did take it. You did make it like a moment. You took it out of the momentum. You're like
asking. I was uncomfortable.
Not only
because Cutter's your friend,
but he set it up beforehand by going, this might be one of those times where you squirm in your seat and maybe wish you weren't here at all.
Yeah. Point taken. And I'll remember that for next time.
Yeah. That's like that time that Rob just asked that question and you and I both said we like to be strangled, right? Was it? Or what would be like something creepy? Tied up.
No, I don't like being strangled, Jamie. Please don't put that out there.
This is the title of the pod. Chasm loves being strangled, dude.
No.
You love
I meant tied up. I meant tied up.
Okay, here's a good.
We got to put that moment on our Tic Tac.
It's so good.
Yeah. Here's a good, transition from this. So Jamie married a sports star.
Mm-hmm.
Did he played baseball in college, obviously, right?
No, he didn't go to college. He went pro right from high school.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So here's what happened, right? Florida State was playing, I forget what team, but in football, it was like week 1 or week 2 of college football. I forget which week. I think it was last week, so week 2. And they were up 17-3, I think, or they were up by 2 touchdowns. Yeah, they were up by, let's say, just 12 to make it easy. And the other team came back, scored a touchdown with like 3 minutes left. Then the other team scored another touchdown to win the game. And it was a team that was never supposed to win. Florida State was supposed to crush them, blah, blah, blah. After the game, a team member of Florida State goes into the end zone and proposes to his girlfriend.
The losing team,
who just got embarrassed in the last like 3 minutes of like one of the worst losses ever. Like he'll remember that loss for even if they didn't propose after, the loss was like being blown up. Like, oh my God, can you believe these guys lost in this manner?
Right.
Jamie.
Did he pull a ring out?
Yeah. Well, here's where I think
where did he pull the ring out from?
He probably had, again, he was supposed to win this game. He had this planned. He panicked.
But you have to, I mean, the whole thing in football is you call an audible. Yeah. That's football.
What does that mean?
That means you go up to the line with a play. You see the defense is doing something that's bad for the play. So you call an audible, means you change the play at the line. At the last moment, you change your play. That's what you do. You go, my school just got embarrassed. More than, I mean, this is going to stand out so bad. Do you think, and let's say just in disrespect to the school is one thing, but then to go to your wife and be like, hey, you just saw me, our whole team get embarrassed. You want to marry me?
Here's why I like it.
Maybe she gave an ultimatum where it's like, if you make me wait past September 7th, I'm out.
Oh, she sounds chill as fuck. Here's why I think
she probably loves to get eaten out.
She demands it.
She's totally a girl that demands it. Sits back and relaxes.
You lose. You look like, this is not a good look on you. You propose and she still says yes. She's in it for the love, or she knows he's going to get drafted and make millions of dollars very soon. Either way, I like this move. She's in it from the lows to the highs. That's what marriage is all about.
I think he fucking panicked. I think he was like, I was supposed to do that. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to still do it. I think it was that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got, after like the worst loss ever, you just got to stop and not.
Poor guy.
And even, by the way, like, I understand that doing it on the football field is memorable or whatever, but maybe just, even if you go like later and you go to dinner and you like, just not right then. Like, I don't know. It seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
And now here's another thing I was thinking. You talk about instigator Rob. Here's a part of dating me that would be lovely, that this is how my brain works. So I'm thinking my friends who are recently, they had a baby and now the baby's whatever, 6, 7, 8. And they made an Instagram for him ever since he was born with like pictures of him and then captions like, we love you so much. This is you on your first day of this. Like, this is the first time we took you swimming. This is like the whole thing with all the, we love
That's
you.
That's a lot of trust in one platform.
Yeah. So, and then the whole point is when he turns 16 or whatever age, they give it to him and they go, here, this is what we've been doing this whole time for you. And it, it's a nice thing. I was thinking, what if you create because this is a great way to like vent also, and maybe you create a Instagram for your spouse of all the things that annoys you about them. Right? So
sounds healthy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So that's the thing. It's like, hey, maybe you left your fucking socks laying around the bathroom again. Instead of going and fighting with it, you take a picture of that.
Put it
out.
Put it on the Instagram. You leave a caption, whether you want to be funny, whether you want to be like, hey, you piece of shit, whatever floats your boat. You get it out, you pick up the socks, or you don't, you do whatever. And you just let it go. And then
Mhm.
whether it's time the divorce time, whether it's like some romantic dinner and you feel like you're funny and you know you think you could throw, or maybe you never even show it to them.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It would be interesting if you would if you made like a, an Instagram account where it wasn't your name, where you did all of this and then it caught like a serious following. And then all of a sudden this is a movie. And then your partner's like, that's my shit on the floor.
Yeah. And it's like,
I mean, it's not a bad idea, a way to get it out. I mean, a way to kind of,
is it
so
passive
you're not
aggressive?
bitching at your person.
Do you want your spouse to follow it and like see it on the day, or are you saying like you keep it from the person?
I would say you keep it from, I was thinking you don't even release it, just like they're not releasing their kids' stuff. You just keep it 0 followers, 0 everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what Jamie's saying too. Like, but in my head, in this scenario, I think it's like, you don't do anything with it. You just have it there. If one day you want to pull the trigger and show it to him, or maybe it's a day you break up where it's like,
Cutter would be so upset. He's so sensitive.
I don't know if that's letting go of those things. I think it's documenting those things. I think truly letting go is.
You think it's fueling your fire?
Yeah, I think it's like, because then you start looking for things, and like, oh,
yes, you're right. Exactly.
And so I think if you're truly trying to let go, you don't document it. I think this has more of an entertainment value. Like my ex, I took a picture of her every time she was on her phone at dinner, which was every day. And I put them in a folder. And my plan was,
sounds healthy.
Well, here's part of the problem. In my head, I was like, oh, if we ever get married, I'm going to play this montage of photos.
Oh, that would have gone over great at your wedding.
Oh, Rob's such a bad guy, huh, guys? Ooh,
I would have made
Rob.
I would have made it funny and would have said, "Hey, this, look at all the moments we spent together."
She would have thought it was hilarious.
That's a Culver City Heartthrob at work, baby.
Yeah, no, but I did document. But here's what. So to my own point was, then I start looking for it every time we're at dinner, and then it's like, okay. Then I start thinking about like every fucking time you're pulling out your phone and looking at your phone during dinner. And that's probably not a great idea, but great entertainment for people around you.
I obviously thought of this as like a funny entertainment thing, not actually a healthy way to get rid of something. That was more of a spin once. Just looking at Jamie, when you talk about something, you lean that direction, because she's so healthy and vibrant and wonderful. So that's what, but I think it's more, would you have said yes to Cutter if he proposed to you after like the worst fucking loss in a baseball game you've ever seen in your life? Like he was totally
I would have felt
embarrassed.
so bad for him though. I was like, this is.
But see, I think about like the other team is like jumping around, pouring Gatorade on each other. Like, we did it. The fans are crazy. And then you're like, hey, are we gonna marry a loser?
Yeah. Yeah. I think us men probably have more of a problem with that than the women. I don't know.
I mean, I would kind of question like, why is this the moment you want to do this?
This is the time you picked. But he clearly had some sort of plan. I really want to know where he pulled the ring out of.
Has he done an interview since? He hasn't done any. He's not talked about it.
I haven't seen it, but you know who did the interview that me and Cass were talking about the other day? The football player who came out as gay, like the first openly gay football player in the NFL. So we were saying, like, do you think as soon as he comes out, like, obviously dudes are like, oh, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And then do you think they go like, oh, fuck, like, what did I say in the locker? Like, did I ever say anything around him that might have been like,
I mean, you guys can answer that more than I can.
Well, yeah, us being superior athletes.
If I came out as gay and you really got a picture of this, if I came out as gay, would you ever think about the things that you said?
What could you say that would be weird?
But I thought you were going to say that. That's totally different between me and you, because I know you, I know your sense of humor, where in a football locker room where there's 80 dudes, 100 dudes, there's dudes who like, they just hear you yelling shit, or they kind of hear you in passing. Like, where if it was one of my best friends, no, I don't think about it at all. I don't give a fuck, because they know who I really am.
That's so sweet of you.
Anytime, bro.
So tolerant.
You want to say something to the fans? Does this guy want to? I mean, look at that photo, Jamie. You tell me he doesn't love women?
I love that
picture.
This
guy, huh? This guy loves women.
Loves to go down on women.
Yeah, loves to go down on them.
Loves oral sex.
right? You love giving that oral sex. What do you set her side of the bed to before you go
She sets it. She sets it because she's a strong woman. Independent. She has her own app and she sets it to the temperature she wants, which is usually warm, a warm setting. It's getting cold out there, by the way. Fall's coming.
Here's a question I have, Cass, that I think you'll either love or feel like you don't want to answer, but I think you could do it, babe. I'll forgive anything you say. If you were my therapist, what 3 things would you want to start working on immediately? What would you feel like? All right, here's what we got.
Well, we kind of already had a similar conversation in the car over. We talk about your mom. That'd be a good chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a big chunk of it. We talk a little bit about your dad. I'd say it would be 70% your mom, maybe 65, and the rest your dad.
Oh, I was waiting for you to do that math. Once you went to 65, I knew you weren't going to go 35, with the math.
35.
No, I
it's like 63, and then the rest was your dad.
I get that. I mean, more like, what would you want me to work on about my habits, my day-to-day, like that thing? Not so much like what do you want to unpack
about your day-to-day? I mean, you have a very specific system to do things, but like, I don't feel like you need to change them. Like, maybe I'd encourage you to sit down when you eat.
I mean,
see, here's the thing. My initial reaction would be like to make you a little bit more flexible, but then again, it's part of like also, I think a really good quality is that your commitment to like your health and routine and your self-discipline.
That's good. The flexibility is important, I think. But when we were on vacation, he has his things that he's got to do, right?
Yeah.
But he was very open to like doing new things. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would be more because you were just buddies. But if like there was a significant other involved, how flexible could you be to that person? But I think you've been doing a good job of that your last couple.
I think I'm open to stuff, and I think
I'd get you to stop wearing bamboo shorts underneath regular shorts.
Oh, I'm not today. Look at that, because I was gonna go for a walk before you picked me up, but then you're like, "Oh, I'm coming early," so I had to wear regular underwear.
Uh-huh.
I think again, like because I've had this discussion with girls that I'm dating and stuff, where it's like with the whole thing of like I don't like to travel, and the one girl I was dating was like, "Well, you should go to a therapist and talk about that, so that you could come out on the other side and travel." And what I said to her was like, I'm not someone who's never traveled, right? And because I think maybe she's right. Maybe I could loosen up a little, whatever. But it's like I've done it. I traveled. I've left. I've gone to Italy. I've gone to Amsterdam. I've gone to Mexico. I've gone to Canada. I've lived in different places like this. I just don't like it. Like, it's not like I'm somebody who's like, I don't leave my house because I'm scared of the outside. And I've never seen what's out there. It's like,
yeah,
I've gone, I've traveled, I did it. I much prefer.
How much of this, of you not liking to travel, is solely based on the fact that you like to shit in a certain spot?
No, not so much. I mean, that there is part of that, but it's also like, it's all the stuff. It's like, okay, am I now not going to have good food? Am I not going to have
your routine
all
that
my
you're
stuff?
out of?
Am I not? No, it's not even routine as much as like, what if we go somewhere where it's like, yeah, there's just not good. Like I've gone to Mexico where it's like, there's not good food here. And I'm like, I'm not enjoying myself. Like,
yeah,
I can't get one good. I'm on vacation supposedly that like I paid for. I got on a flight here. And it's like, I went down to Tulum and I'm like, the food is gross. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, why am I? So then like, I find myself sitting around going, why am I here? Like, why am I spending this money to be somewhere? And especially when it's like, when people talk about like, oh, we took a fucking 18-hour flight to Australia and this, where it's like, to me, I could get in a car for an hour, go somewhere I've never been, where I know it's like, oh, this isn't that far away from everything. There's great food here. There's still like, it's still kind of, where for me, if it's somebody's like, hey, do you want to go to fucking Italy or this? It's like, I might, like when I went to Italy, I was like, I don't know where, and this is also before like Yelp and fucking smartphones where it was so easy to be like, oh, here we could find good food, which I don't know. Do most countries have that now? I know when I went to Mexico, like that wasn't how we couldn't even get fucking cell phone service.
Right.
No, those are things that are important to you. You would rather travel to a place that had amazing food than sacrifice like a beach for a place where you're eating like shit. I get it.
And
Yeah.
also somewhere where it's just like, I would love to go somewhere that's like an hour away.
You want to be
Like-
comfortable. You see a vacation as an opportunity to be more comfortable than you are currently.
Correct.
Right?
Or
Some women treat it as like this is an opportunity to explore a place, and I may be more uncomfortable exploring Rome than I would be if I was in Hawaii on the beach eating poke, and like tuna, like completely relaxed.
right. Where for me, I have no desire to explore Rome. Like,
Right.
or if you want to say, well, hey, you're Irish, then somebody's like, you want to go explore Ireland? No, like I don't want. And by the way, that's another place where it's like, and listen, shout out to people in Ireland, but it's like, if somebody's like, do you want to go to Ireland? The first thought is in my head, I'm like, the documentaries and shit I've watched on Ireland, the food does not look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think anyone who's Irish is listening to this hard agreed with you,
It's hard now.
Yeah. And also I think the problem is when you eat one meal a day, that one meal is so much more important to you than like when you eat 3 times a day and you're like, oh, lunch sucked. And you're like, all right, well, what do you want to do for dinner? Like,
Yes.
where for me, it's like, if
all you
I'm
got.
like, yeah, I had that meal. It was fucking gross. Now, like hope tomorrow's meal's gross too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, like look at vacations as explorer at like wanting to, I don't know.
It's
In
not
my
that
head, I'm
guy.
like, let's go walk around New York City.
If you're a homebody and your idea of a vacation is being more comfortable than you are in your day-to-day, ask pajamapants@gmail.com.
Well, you know what me and the girl that I was dating got into, which was like, so I'm not the kind of guy where it's like, no, I'm not gonna be like, we're not going out to dinner, where for me, it's like, hey, you want to go out to dinner once a week? I get it. That's what you like to do. Let's go. Sure. And we'd go to dinner. And then even after we went to dinner, she would feel like it wasn't enough. Like for whatever reason. And I think later on we realized that it was like, I think when I'm at home and I'm comfortable, or when I'm somewhere and I'm comfortable, like when we're fucking hanging out at the beach or with this and it's great and this, where when it's like, hey, let's get dressed up and go out to dinner, and you go somewhere where you're like, I don't really want to be here, but wherever, like she feels that off of me, which then makes it like, oh, how come you were like that? And it's like, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just, when I'm out, I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm kind of grinning and bearing it. And you could feel that from me,
Yeah, but I sometimes Cutter does, like we do things as a family that I know he doesn't want to do. And I'll say to him, like, why are we doing this then? If the entire time you're here, you clearly don't want to be here, because it's not worth it to me then.
What's
and on the
right
flip side,
move
he's
then?
like, I'm trying. Like, why don't you look at it as like, I'm trying? And I'm like, I do. But at the same time, like having you be like, like the whole time is not enjoyable.
Right. And see, this is exactly what me and her went through, because then it would be like, well, now I feel like I'm compromising to do what you want to do, and it's still good enough. So my brain goes, hey, why don't you just say no? Like, why don't you just not compromise? If she's going to be upset either way, how about we don't do that thing you don't want to do, where of course that's not the fucking right answer or whatever. But it's also like, I'm just so like, like being authentic to me is so important. And I'm not gonna like, oh, let's go. Oh, we're at dinner. Let's go take a picture outside in front of the sign. And like, I'm just not that dude. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, no, fine. You want to take a picture outside of the sign? Fine. Like, yeah, I'll do it. But this is the vibe you're getting. Like, you're not getting my like, yeah, babe, we like, like I'm not.
I know. It's hard. Sometimes there's certain things that I wish Cutter like was more like me with, or I just wish he would enjoy more, or wish he liked to do more. It's just, those are like the, you pick your battles, and you pick your deal breakers and the things that, are more important than others.
Yeah. I think one of the things that
women be shopping though. Am I right?
I don't shop ever.
I think one of the things that we decided was just like, I need to be with somebody who's more of a homebody and a this, where like going out to dinner once a week would seem like a treat. Like, yeah, like, oh wow, we went out to that place where with her, it was like, we were a month and a half in and we had been out to dinner 8 times. And she's like, yeah, well, like most guys would take a girl.
Because I was like, in one of those then, because then you start feeling like, when you're at home, then you go like, you're getting the same vibe from her that you would be giving if you were out of place, which is this person's unhappy. They want to be doing something else. It's
also
just
too,
a
Rob
mismatch of lifestyle.
You've got a homebody who was just home for almost 2 years because of a pandemic. So you're like even more of a homebody. I mean, even people that weren't homebodies are feeling like they identify and can understand being a homebody now.
And you know what the truth is? I feel like I'm almost easier now out at a dinner because I'm like, hey, you know what? It's been a long time since we've been like, I'm almost better when I'm out now because I'm like, hey, you know what? This isn't that bad. Where before, like before Corona, if somebody was like, let's go out to dinner, it was like, oh, for what? Like,
right.
I don't even see the fucking point in that at all because I was doing so much other stuff where now it's like, I don't fucking go to the gym anymore. I don't do whatever. We don't go, it's like a lot of things stopped. So when somebody's like, now let's go to dinner, it is like before where it used to be from 1 to 10, I hate it at an 8. It's like, now I hate it at a 6.
Yeah, I get it.
And also when you eat one meal a day, it also becomes a thing of like, all right, yeah, let's go to dinner at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, okay. And then like on the way there, when, I'm not all like, hey, this is going to be awesome. And I'm really excited because I'm fucking starving. And I don't want to go anyway. And I'm wearing clothes I don't want to wear. And I just want to be in my fucking bamboo shorts. And then, but I do it. I go.
Okay. Homebodies, girls, please write us.
No, I'm talking
Save
to somebody now that's Jamie. It seems really good, but we haven't met. We're meeting when I get back from the wedding.
Okay.
So,
well,
stay tuned, guys.
To be continued. You guys, what a way to end the pod.
Yeah. Cass, one question I want to ask you before that we.
Of course, Robert.
So Cassim picked me up.
My best friend.
And then he went to 7-Eleven and he came out of 7-Eleven with 2 energy drinks in brown bags. And he looked like.
I looked like I was buying booze.
You look like you were buying booze and you look like you were caught on hard times. What did they say? What's that thing? You landed on some hard times, some rough days.
Yeah. One of those.
How much would somebody have to pay you right now to drink a full beer?
It would. I mean, this is one of those questions where if there is a dollar amount, I mean, there has to be a dollar amount.
Of course,
it's got to be $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
And how about
so fucked up?
Because then I have to like start over my sobriety. I'd have to, but like it'd be one of those things where I would be uncomfortable. Like I would take the beer and I'd be like, okay, great. $1 million in my bank account. I feel like that was a solid financial decision. And then in my head, psychologically, I'd feel like a switch has been flipped on.
You would?
Know? Yeah. And I'd be like, what would happen is I'd have that beer and then it would just be, I wouldn't have another one. I'd just be like, oh, I'm fine. Look at that. Right. Everything's okay. Maybe I'll have another beer. Maybe I'll do this next beer for 500,000.
Right.
And then, you know what? I'll take a shot for 50K.
Oh God.
And then it's like,
this is making me upset. Don't talk about it.
It's like 4 weeks down the line that I'm like, yeah, you could just suck my dick and I'll drink a 12-pack. It's like, that's kind of where I'd be at. I'd be on a trajectory psychologically.
Okay. Yeah.
But if there was a real offer on the table, I feel like $1 million, I would talk to my sponsor about it. I'd be like, look, I've got to make this financial decision. And, because then, hopefully I have the support around me and I know how to get back on the horse. It would suck. I feel like I would have let myself down, but like also $1 million is $1 million.
Okay. When you just said, it would be 10 weeks later and I just suck my dick and I'll drink 12 beers. It made me think, is there in a world, obviously it's not like if you do this, you do that, but like, is there a world? I don't even know how to say it. If it meant you drinking a beer and you got to hook up with any girl in the world of your choice. Okay. If this was 2 weeks ago before, or whatever, a month ago before you met Sarah, was the answer still a quick no?
Yeah, it's a quick no.
Okay.
Because that's like a 5-minute activity. I already, even if I'm not getting paid to do, I always feel like some sort of like guilt after you some clarity.
What about before you found out Olivia Munn was pregnant?
No, not even, that's that to me is an easy no. There's no pussy out there that would turn me.
All right. That's a pod, as they say, guys.
I like it. And right there.
Yep. Look, we'd love to read more of your emails, but we got so much good stuff from the Sharpie book here. So we'll get to more of your emails next pod. Please follow us on Instagram. We just hit 18,000 followers on Instagram. That's incredible. What?
Jamie's surprised look that she always does,
I love it.
She's already
18.
checked out. She's checked out. And thanks, Phil from Long Island, for the picture that you sent us today. And that is it. Also, by the way, thank you. But I saw a comment that was like, hey, we appreciate the transparency when it comes to the ads. We hope to be able to let you guys know that we love doing the pod. We don't want to charge you for it ever. But we're gonna have ads. So if you stick around with it, we really appreciate it. Leave comments. Let us know if you've tried any of the stuff that we have on the pod as sponsors. We really do think that the products that we have on the show are things that we enjoy and that we are actually currently using. So thanks. We'll see you in the next pod, everybody.